Welcome back to Pilates with Some. I have a 20-minute full body routine with a heavy emphasis on upper body strength. This one's a challenging one today, so let's struggle together. I post full routines weekly, so subscribe for an exercise reminder. Let's start with some leg circles. Begin lying on your back, left leg goes long, ankle flexed with heel anchoring into the mat. Right leg reaches to the ceiling. Cross the midline of your body, then out to the right, around, and back up to the top. Do this for 5 more counts. As you do so, your hip might rock around a little, perfectly normal. You can try to anchor the left hip down for a little more oblique work. Inhale, cross the body, exhale, back up. Last one. Now keeping the same leg up, let's switch directions of the circle. Same principles apply, going for 6 reps. Leg can come to the chest for a little stretch. Then switch legs. Right leg long, heel anchored to the mat, left leg to ceiling. Cross the midline and down, around, and up. 5 more times. Now keep the leg long and let's switch the direction of the circle for 6 more times. Bring the knee to the chest for a stretch. Prop yourself up on your forearms and bend the knees. Let's lift out of that arm socket, sternum reaching to the ceiling. Left leg goes to 45 degrees and we're adding some external rotation. Now leading with a heel, lift for 6 times. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Next leg when you're ready. External rotation of the leg. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. 5 more. Last one. Time to be frogs. Knees are bent in tabletop position. Let the knees come wide while heels stay together. We'll press the legs out to a 45-degree angle from the floor. We're going for 10. Last one. Ballerinas, don't come for me. We're borrowing some stuff today. Legs go to the ceiling, legs externally rotate, and heels switch for 30 counts. And you're done with that. I'm doing a little windshield wiper stretch to relax. Next is reverse plank. Lift the hips up and hinge at the hips to lower. Just 6 of these here. Go ahead and take a break. We're going to add some abduction to this now. This does require some shoulder work too, so if this gets too tiring or doesn't feel accessible, you can do the same thing from a bridge. Come to outer edges of the heels and then rock to inner. And lower. We're going to do this whole set 2 more rounds. Hinge up, outer to inner edge of feet 10 times. And lower. One last time. If you need a rest, do listen to your body and feel free to take it. Next is bear plank hold to plank. Come to hands and knees. I'm folding back the mat to make my hand more comfortable. Let's keep our chest lifted using the serratus muscles to hold you up. This helps prevent dumping into the wrists. Tuck the toes under and hover the knees. Hold here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk out to a plank. Walk back in. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk out again. Walk back in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 more sets. Hover. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Plank. Hover. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Plank. Hover. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Plank. Hover. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. It's winter in Portland, but my gosh, planks make me so warm. If you ever want to lower your heating bill, I suppose you can just do some planks. Side kneeling series next. Come to a kneel and extend your right leg out to the side. We have a few options for difficulty. You can cross your chest. This is the easiest to hold during the exercise. You can basket your fingers together and cradle your head. This is harder to hold up, but I like it most because you can reach your head back into your hands and encourage better spinal alignment. If you're a total beast, you can straighten your arms overhead. I'm going to go with the hands behind the head because I still have a tendency to jut my head forward. Alright, pick your hand position and reach out to a diagonal. You're making a straight line from your head to your toe, and you're just going to dip up an inch and down an inch. Let's go 9 more times. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Your body might try a few things to make it easier. You may notice your rib cage beginning to rotate towards the ground. Imagine you're moving between 2 panes of glass. Last time. Same thing as before, now we add some rotation. Go out to your diagonal and rotate the ribs towards the floor and back open. We're just trying to move with the ribs and nowhere else. Exhale, twist. Inhale, untwist. 7 more times. I remember trying this on reformer and barrel equipment and it kicked my butt. This does the exact same here. It got really toasty for me, so I'm going to open the window and let some winter air in. Now come back down to side bend prep. Bottom arm is outstretched a little farther away. Pick up the hips, reach the top leg long. top arm goes overhead. Now bring elbow to knee. Inhale, back to side bend. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, side bend. 8 more times. Last one. Let's switch over to the other side and do it again. Side kneeling, left leg long. Choose your own adventure, hands come to your favorite position. Keep the back of the neck long, whichever you choose. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Last one. Side bend with a twist down. Exhale, twist. Inhale, untwist. Remember to move from just the rib cage. We're going for a total of 10. Last one. Had some technical difficulty and did this routine twice before, so my obliques feel quite tender. Come to side bend setup. Pick up the hips. Top leg goes long. Top arm reaches overhead. Elbow to knee. Inhale, stretch. Last time. Onto our backs now for some bridging. Knees bent. I recently learned this cool tip I want to share. Press your arms into the mat, especially your bicep area. It's common for many to have some rounding forward of the shoulders. This trick helps open up the area and keep the collarbones broad. A couple of pelvic tilts to warm up. Start in neutral, exhale to imprint. One more time. Now exhale, imprint, and begin picking the hips up. Inhale to roll down. Rock to neutral at the end. Exhale, imprint the low back into the mat and lift up to bridge. Glutes and upper hamstrings are helping to maintain the lift. Inhale, roll down and rock to neutral. Exhale, imprint and lift. This is an articulated bridge, so try to touch each vertebra down one at a time. Melt the spine down right behind the sternum, and then the next vertebra, and then the next until you've reached the mat. Rock to neutral. Exhale, imprint and lift. Inhale, roll down. One more time. Next, some head curls. Cradle your head in your hands, same as before in the side kneeling. Reach your head back into your hands as you lift. Exhale, nod the chin down and lift. Inhale, lower. This is an ab exercise mainly. We want the upper abs to really carry the load of this. Head is secondary. Think about peeling off the mat instead of a vertical lift. more. You can try to challenge it with hands going long. If I'm being totally honest, until quite recently, I avoided exercises that had my head floating because I'd always pull a neck muscle or just felt excruciating while doing the exercise. I'm working on getting the right muscles to support so I can do these more effectively. Now some arm arcs. We're building up to some challenging exercises here. Watch my arms go overhead and see if you notice anything else move. For the majority of people, if you let your body do its natural thing, the ribs will flare open as the arms go overhead. We're trying to dissociate these two things. As I exhale, I can close the ribs down to the mat regardless of my arm going overhead, and this creates an effort in the upper abs. Exhale, arms go overhead. Inhale, arms come down by sides. 2 more sets. Okay, roll up time. Legs go long, arms to the ceiling, then exhale, arms go overhead. Nod the chin and start to roll up. We're trying to roll up one vertebra at a time. We want to fight momentum and take it super slow and controlled. There is a point I get a little sticky in my spinal flexibility, so sometimes I linger there and take an extra breath. I like to think of the mid-ribs reaching back as I reach forward to encourage the rounding of the spine. Then stack to tall. Tuck the tailbone under, like a half rollback, and then keep going. Arms overhead. Again, exhale, nod and curl. Absolutely zero shame if you need a little extra support. Tuck the fingers under the thighs and use that oppositional push of the thighs into the fingers and fingers into the thighs to encourage more flexion of the spine. One more time. Tuck the tailbone under and roll back. Arms overhead. Exhale, roll up. Legs ideally should be down, but you can see him still working on this. Now for the finale, roll over. This can be compressive on the low spine if not done with care and correct muscle activation. I sometimes use a bolster or a pillow as a support to work on this. Tuck it under the hips. Hands go wide. Press into the mat really actively on this one. Legs lower to 45. Exhale, take them overhead. Keep the low back long. This is super important. Tailbone reaching towards the ceiling. Now separate the feet wide and try to roll down with slow control, vertebra by vertebra. The bolster brings the landing spot closer to you, so there's less a chance of a free fall towards the end. Legs sweep together and back to 45 degrees. I'll try it a couple times now without the bolster. Legs to 45. Articulate the spine up just like in bridging before. Long, low back. Feet separate. Exhale, roll down using those low, deep abs as control. I had a little free fall at the end, and super common in this is also the shoulders wanting to round forward. Keep fighting to press those biceps into the mat. One last time. Legs out to 45. Exhale, lift overhead. Inhale, feet separate. Exhale, roll down. Bring knees to chest and rest. If you have time, I'm going to do a couple of stretches. Come to a lunge, left leg forward. Left hand on leg, right arm reaches overhead and side bend. Take a couple of breaths here. You can rotate the ribs up and down for different stretches. Other side. Right leg lunge, right hand on leg, left arm long and reach over. Next, I'm doing a pigeon pose. Most people know how to do this, so random pigeon fact time. Apparently, we domesticated pigeons for food and other things thousands of years ago, but then we sort of kicked them to the curb when we started preferring chickens. We had domesticated them so they were dependent on us for food and shelter. Now they don't want to leave our proximity because they have their needs, but we've collectively forgotten that they were once part of our fold. Sort of makes you rethink calling pigeons rats with wings. Other side. And lastly, I'm doing a saddle stretch. Thanks for moving with me today. We got through some really challenging stuff. Hope to see you next time.